That thirst that's in you for meaning and purpose and love is not an accident.
It is time for churches from all over South Florida to function as the one, believing that we are the one body, believing that we have the one mission, believing in the one gospel, and serving the one God.
I'd love for you just to share, how and when your Christian faith really started to impact your athletic experience and how that really was meaningful for you along the way. Has it always been like Christian faith has always been a part of your athletic experience? Was it maybe not so much so at one stage along the way, and then it became so? Just however you're led to share that about how your Christian faith has spoken into your life and your athletic experience would be fantastic.
It's a great question. And it's funny, when you reflect back, when you get to a certain age, you start thinking back throughout your career and putting it in the context of faith. I could say that in the early days, like in my high school and college days, while I may have been in a leadership type role as a quarterback or as a team captain that often put me kind of at the helm of saying the team prayer or leading the chapel service before a game. As I think back on it now, I don't think I was like totally all in when it came to faith and true belief. I mean, just being honest,
Absolutely.
Right? And I think if you were to ask my teammates, tell me about Chris Pratapas. Was he more likely to be the team comedian or the team spiritual leader? I think they would say the team comedian, right?
Yep.
But the really cool thing about athletics is how it brings people together.
Yeah.
And the things you experience oftentimes are not necessarily on the field. They're off the field with the relationships that you build. And it wasn't until very late in my life that, I hit a rough patch personally, and I actually was benefited and blessed by the involvement from one of my teammates who came into my life just to help support me. Wow. A guy by the name of Jimmy Kemp, who was a fellow quarterback, a friend during my days at Wake Forest. But Jimmy started to influence my life during this tough time through faith and through reinforcement of Christianity. And we would have conversations and talk through these things. And, he would say, "Hey, Chris, I love you, brother. Like, let's pray together." And we would pray together on the phone, and he would encourage me in a way that was really kind of an eye-opener for me. Definitely. So when I think back on my career, it's like, wow, I had amazing accolades, scholarships, accomplishments, things like that. But it was the friendship and it was that connection that eventually led to something much bigger. Absolutely. And to this day, it's kind of my constant reminder of the importance of God in my life and my family, the reputation that you want to kind of carry that forward, the influence that I want to have on my own children. Absolutely. And it was truly from a teammate that reached out as a brother and expressed his love that way.
And that's so important. I bet all of us have had that similar experience, whether it was in the sports arena or just in life, of God using someone to speak into our life and to help our minds and hearts become more open to God's work in our journey. So that's awesome. Thank you. The relationships that God uses to draw us closer to his heart.